Welcome to episode 14 of Tools in the Hall. Today's tool haul is larger than usual because I've been playing around with ways to manage our inventory. And what I decided to try to do was an experiment to see if it was more cost effective or more beneficial given how our billing cycles work with our vendors, if instead of reordering inventory as it sells, rather reorder it once a month. That way it coincides with some billing cycles. Special order stuff that people want that we don't normally carry, we'll get no matter what, anytime. But as far as replenishing the shelves go, we decided, let's try an experiment here and see if it works. So as a result, every month we have a larger order than usual. Hey, good news for you. It also makes for, hopefully, a more interesting Tools in the Hall segment. And we've been really lucky that you guys have certainly taken to these segments, and I thank you for your viewership and your very positive feedback, and also the comments that I can use to get better. Because if this segment isn't what you want it to be, well, it's not much of a segment. But luckily, it seems to have taken off rather nicely. And with that said, today we have new stuff from K-Tool, updated versions of old favorites from Milwaukee, and also a couple of things from the old school. So let's dig in. When Monster Tools was Monster Tools, they had this 4-piece magnetic toolbox tray set, and it was extremely popular. And when they got absorbed in the K-Tool and they turned down the brand, I was bummed because for a while they were not carrying this. Well, luckily, this is fresh to the market, and happily I can put it back on the truck. It consists of a wide tray for cans and miscellaneous tools, and a parts tray for screws and bolts and things. It has a towel rack that nobody uses as a towel rack, and it has a can tray as well with holes for you to put in screwdrivers and things. That towel tray rack thing, people don't use it for paper towels that I've ever seen. What I do see people do is where it has those spindles coming up, they turn the brackets so spindles are facing up, and they use it as either coat rack, boot hanger, so the boots can dry out, or any one of a number of other things. So it's actually a really good miscellaneous piece in there that you can use for all kinds of things. If you want to use it for a towel rack, of course you can, but it also doubles as lots of other things too. So a very handy set. And even though you may not have a paper towel roll that you want to put on there, or a shop towel roll, you can use that as a hanger, or 2 hangers rather. And meanwhile, you can put all your cans, parts, and miscellaneous items in the other pieces. It has extremely strong magnets on the back sides. Those things don't move around. You really do have to use some effort to take them off of your box or cart, and they stay put. Also from K-Tool is the Big Chill Blower. This is the big one that moves 1,200 cubic feet per minute. And now that it's summertime, you're going to need a way to keep cool in the shop. I sell lots and lots of these. We also sell the evaporative coolers, both from Portacool and Hessair, although I recommend the ones from Hessair. But for the money, this 1200 CFM unit does a really good job. And this is not the unit that you can attach the heater piece to over the front. That's on the smaller 300 cubic foot per minute model. This one moves way too much air. You'll never heat it up. Updates from Milwaukee. They have their new high-speed ratchet. This guy moves at 450 RPM at 35 foot-pounds of torque. It comes in 1/4 inch and 3/8 drive models. Compare that to the older version, which was less than half the speed at 200 RPM and 5 foot-pounds more of torque at 40 foot-pounds. You're going to trade off some speed for torque. That's just the way the physics work. And 35 foot-pounds on a 1/4 inch ratchet or even a 3/8 drive ratchet is plenty. You're not using it to break too many things loose, and I know what you're thinking. Well, I do, but that's not the way it's supposed to be used, so kindly use your tools the way they're intended to be used. Don't do a lot of guys do and just spin the motor up in this and slam it into a bolt trying to break it loose. It really is hard on the gearing system in there. It's hard on the motor. That's not the way this guy's intended to be used. You might find yourself kind of crying later on if you prematurely wear down your motor or your gear. Yeah, it's covered under a 5-year warranty, but not against abuse. So kindly use your tools lovingly, and they will love you back. IPA, which is Innovative Products of America, makes a lot of very handy electrical diagnostic tools, and they make a ton of specialty tools as well. One of the things they make are these really good bore brushes. These are the ones that have a 1/4 inch hex shank with a quick connect. So you can put these on a handle or a driver and use them that way. You can use them in a drill or a driver with a quick connect collet. Just be warned, these are not high-speed brushes. So if you do that, please don't pull that trigger all the way and expect these brushes to last. They won't. They're made for hand use or extremely slow speed use with a power tool. Again, use it the way it's intended. They'll treat you well for a long time. If not, then you're going to wear them out. And no, there's no warranty on brushes. So just use them like they're intended and they'll be fine. I got this set in brass, and the same customer also wanted a set in stainless. So they have brass, stainless, and nylon. Different sizes in each package. This is a 5-pack. Another high-speed ratchet from Milwaukee. These things really took off like wildfire. And I've been doing some Milwaukee promotions on the truck. You can check out stuff on my Instagram page there about what the promotions are like. Mostly M12 stuff. I just was able to get some dealer bundles together and able to sell these things at lower than our usual prices. And the ratchets, I figured, and correctly, miraculously, because I never really figured this stuff out right, but I did with the Milwaukee stuff. I figured when they came up with the high-speed ratchets, not many people are going to want the older, rather, the current slower speed ratchet, because there's really not much of a benefit. You might as well get the benefit in the speed. And sure enough, they've been selling like crazy, and we're having a hard time keeping up with them on the truck. But we got 2 more in. One is a special order for somebody, and the other is in for inventory. I suspect that one won't last long. They've been selling like crazy because they also upgraded the kit. The older ratchet kit only came with 1 battery. These new ones come with 2 batteries. So the tool has a 5-year warranty. Batteries have 2-year warranties. And right now they're in our Q2 flyer. And you can also check out the flyer in the video that I did up here. You can look at all the highlights there. But you can also look on our website, because I posted an electronic version on the homepage of our website at coiletools.com. So you can look to see all the things that we have in there, and also shop our online store. Might as well get the plugs in while I can. coiletools.com/shop. Next. Got a lot of stuff in this box. We got some warranty stuff coming back from third parties. A couple of hammers. Came back, third-party warranties. Everybody has a set of these long-handled diagonal cutters. We go with the Irwin ones because The quality's just as good as anyone else's, and the pricing is a little bit lower. So these are the ones we put on the truck. Nice long handles. These are very popular for getting in all kinds of places. Nice and solid. I don't know that I've ever taken any of these in on a warranty either. Very reliable, very solid. Ullman is the brand we use for our inspection mirrors. We get the ones with the lighted backs. They do make them without the lighted backs, but for the extra money, you might as well get a lighted back. You can just pry those tabs apart and pop the back off if you need lower profile, or to replace the batteries in the back. And these do. I was surprised when I found that they carry a lifetime warranty on these. Strangely. So there's that. We got a wrench here from a third party that were not through one of our regular suppliers. We had a customer ask us if we can complete the set of blue point wrenches that he has. And he's missing the 14. So I just jump on snapon.com and click, buy him a 14 millimeter wrench. I do that regularly for people. He doesn't see a Snap-on truck. And even if he did, he has kind of told us a number of occasions how much more enjoyable an experience it is working with us than it is working with other tool guys. So we kind of won him over. He's a shop owner too, so many thanks to him for his business and also influencing his techs to purchase from us as well. It means a lot. And what you get with that kind of value add is a great relationship and business that you may not expect to get from other places. He wants a blue point wrench from Snap-on. I'm getting him a blue point wrench from Snap-on. And that's just the way I think you got to do business and add value, because although he can get on whatever tool truck he wants, he doesn't have to get on any others. And we try to be, the one-stop shop. More third-party warranties. This is a terrific and affordable set of Carbide burrs from Astro. I don't know of any other 8-piece set that sells for the price of this one. I think this is in our flyer right now for $98.99. Compare this with anybody else's. And although the warranty is different, these don't carry a warranty because Astro considers them consumable. For less than $100, if you treat these right, they'll last you a long time. You can, for more than 3 times the cost of these, for about $349, you can buy a set like that on the Snap-on truck and get a lifetime warranty on all of them. All you're really doing is prepaying for your broken ones. That's all that is. That's not like it's... Yeah, I mean, they're going to give you a warranty, but here's the thing. You're going to lose them over time. And how many would you have to buy to make up that $250 difference in cost? I mean, individually, these are, I think they're $20 or something like that. So you'd have to break these a lot and often so that you, A, don't lose them, and B, have them on hand that you could take advantage of the warranty and get that kind of money back. So really, it's a question of what do you want to be spending your money on? Do you want to spend money now and pre-purchase all your brokens, or do you want to save that $250, buy something else with that money, and replace these incrementally as you go? It might be worth that $20 6 months down the line for the time you break one. But like drill bits and like anything else, it's worth knowing how to use these properly. A lot of guys just spin them up and slam them home, and they wonder why things break and chunk off. Well, you got to look at your use. Drill bits are the same way. Drill bits are intended to be used a certain way, certain techniques, certain processes for drilling a hole. Make sure you learn what that is so that you don't get premature failure. Not everybody puts warranties on drill bits. The ones we sell are from Irwin, and they have a similar warranty to Matco. Everything larger than 1/4 inch is covered under a lifetime warranty. As far as I know, aside from Mac Tools, they're the only brand with a warranty in the business. I have been told that even Snap-on no longer covers drill bits under warranty. We got that from Snap-on Corporate the last time we talked to them about what their warranty policy was on drill bits. And as a result, you can spend a lot more money with Mac to get a 29-piece Cobalt grade drill bit set with a lifetime warranty, but you're going to spend over twice what it costs to get an Irwin one off of our trucks. They charge over $400. And again, it's the same thing. You're pre-purchasing replacements for when you break them. And some people, that's worth it. Some people say, well, I know that I never have to worry again about paying for a drill bit. And that's true, as long as you get a Mac guy or you use Mac corporate to fulfill any of your warranty claims. The question is it worth it? And again, you're spending over twice as much up front for a warranty that you're going to be using down the line. A replacement drill bit's about $5. You know, how many would you have to break to make up for that price difference if you bought them with a different warranty? Again, it's a judgment call entirely on your part because it's your money and you know what your usage habits are. So just weigh that out when you look at what the cost of different things are. It's not always about quality of the product because a lot of it's the same. Sometimes it's all warranty. Gearwrench has their new 90-tooth ratchets, and these guys have become pretty popular. It seems like everyone's gravitating toward the 90-tooth. The 120 XPs are also extremely popular, but these are the nice adjustable head ones with the lock. Long-handled half-inch. Getting some Irwin vice grips in a bag for a customer. He's getting the 5-piece set that's got curved jaw, straight jaw, needle nose, and the 6-inch, 7-inch, and a couple of 10-inch in there, and also the smallest 5-inch with a curved jaw and a wire cutter. These are on sale right now on our flyer too. So I think this is going to be a regular item on the truck. We also like the Milwaukee locking jaw pliers, but the Irwin ones, I like the warranty fulfillment process a little bit better than the Milwaukee's on their hand tools. So I think this is going to be a new regular item for us. This is a Davco fuel filter wrench. This is the most common size, at 6 inches in diameter. This is used to remove the retaining ring on Davco fuel filter housings on buses and trucks. And we service a lot of diesel and fleet shops, so this is a very popular item for us. That's a regular. It's going back in inventory. This is a new 33-piece quarter stick set from Easy Red. This has the 1/4-inch flex head drivers in it and a whole array of sockets. I don't want to take it out of the package because it's brand new. It's going on the shelf, but it's got some really cool features in it that you don't get when you buy just the ratchets by themselves. We do sell the ratchets by themselves, but you can save yourself some money if you buy the whole set if you want the sockets too. Flip sockets from CTA are going to one of our customers next week. And this has the 4 sockets, the 18.5 by 19.5, 21 by 21.5, 19 by 21, and the 22 by 25.5, and it includes the 1/2-inch drive extension with it. Very handy set. The reason why I chose this one for the customer was because CTA puts a lifetime warranty on it. And not everybody does. So if somebody says to me, I need some flip sockets, and that's the only criteria they give me, I will make the decision for them based on mostly warranty and price. And I understand that this set might cost a few bucks more than another set, but he's getting a lifetime warranty on this for an incremental amount more. So the one thing I really take to heart is the relationship that I have with my customers and the trust and faith they put in me to get them the best value for their money. And in this case, the guy was in a hurry. He was on the truck and off the truck was there. He said, do me a favor. He says, I just need a set of flip sockets. So I said, okay, I'll get you one. And that's all he really told me. Now, I've known him for years, and I know what his budget's like. I know what he can afford to pay every week. This is well within his budget for something like that. And he trusts me to get him the best value. And I really do take that kind of relationship to heart because it allows me to make sure that we're servicing our customers well and getting them something that, they didn't go to the next guy for. And that means everything. Hey, look, drill bits from Irwin. These are the guys I was talking about. These are not the Cobalt grade ones because Irwin's got 4 different sets. These are the less expensive high-speed steel bits. It's a 29-piece set. Runs 1/16 to half-inch, and the bit size in 64th-inch increments. And these guys are, I think, $165 right now. And they put a warranty on all sizes larger than 1/4 inch. They have a nice tip on them which prevents walking. I've gotten very good feedback about how easy it is to start a hole with these guys. But the best feature of all with these is the flat edge shanks. I don't know why every bit manufacturer doesn't do that, but Irwin does. And I like that because it's a feature most people go for. The new set that we're carrying from can cut the stepped point drill bit, which is equivalent to those Matco hyper step bits that you probably see in the Matco trucks. We just started to carry those because whatever exclusivity agreement that Matco had ran out. So now Cut and other manufacturers are making them. Someone told me Astro made the ones from Matco, but I don't know that for a fact. I'd love to confirm that. If you know, or if you've heard, leave it in the comments, because I'd love to know what the source was for that info. Only because I'm curious about stuff like that, and I'd love to know. Plain old air chuck. This is a long one that the truck guys use. That goes back in inventory. We've got a couple of small restock items here in inventory. A Torx socket, and this is a 1/4 inch adapter from Gray Pneumatic. We've got the Thexton thread gauge set. These are the nice ones made out of metal, and they're one of the handier sets, I think. We sell those regularly. We got a new Gray Pneumatic socket. These are these cool magnetic soldering clamps from Lisle. There's a magnet in the base there, and those 2 alligator clips hold your work so that it frees up your hands. Replacement Streamlight Stinger battery. We keep these on hand. There's a limited warranty on their batteries, so if there's a battery that's out of warranty, we're going to sell a new one. Maybe the best set of hose pinch-off pliers I've ever seen. These are all metal with a ratcheting mechanism from OTC. We've had mixed luck with the plastic ones and with the metal ones that use the friction catch. I like these because they're way more durable. They have a nice positive locking ratchet mechanism, and I've never seen these wear out. So yeah, they're a little more money, but you really do get an increase in quality for that money. And it's OTC. They carry a lifetime warranty if you ever need it. But in all the ones we've sold, I've never seen someone take advantage of the warranty on that. Astro's got this really handy mini grease gun. You just there's a little plunger in the bottom there. Just fill it with grease. Take the bottom off, fill it with grease. Then you can stick a screwdriver in there and push the plunger up, and then we can use it to hit the zerks on your equipment and get it greased up. Very handy to use on air tools and other things that have small grease fittings. Put the stuff back later. All right, what else we got? We got some third-party warranties that came back. Not much there. Just some replacement stuff that was broken. Gearwrench has maybe the nicest master wrench set on the entire planet. Bold statement, Lindsay. Back it up. I will. This one has both a standard and metric. It runs 1/4 to 1.5 inches on the standard side and 6mm to 32mm on the metric side. 12-point box end, an open end that's got their surface drive, which is that little jog in there that everyone's got some version of that. It grabs onto the bolt head securely so it doesn't slip off. And when they're on sale like they are now, you're buying it on average for about $8 per wrench. There's 44 wrenches in there, so yeah, it's over $400 for the set, but it's a really good average price for wrenches. Everything's got a lifetime warranty, and there's so many sizes in there, it'll suit your needs no matter how big your nuts are. I used that joke in a previous one, didn't I? Oh, I did. I use it. I already used that joke. But it's so good, I figure I'll recycle it. Oh. All right, so we had one customer who wanted 2 of these, so they're being delivered next week. Mighty Vac has the Suckulator 4000. They call it a pneumatic evacuator. Marketing terms, am I right? This is the one that you hook up to shop air, I think? I can't remember. I don't want to take it out of the box, but this is the one that you can... it's just the evacuator. They have one that, like Mega Made in the movie Spaceballs, sucks and blows. This is the one that just sucks. And I can't remember if this is the one you hook up to shop. Yeah, this is the one you hook up to shop air. They have one with a manual plunger on it. And that's going to a customer this week. Want to get screwed? Then you need the 20-piece master screwdriver set from Gearwrench. It's like I'm on a roll. I know what you're thinking. Wow, we're still early in the video and you got all the jokes coming. Just wait till later. They might get better. They might get worse. I don't know. I'm just shooting from the hip. One of the nicer, more affordable pro-grade screwdriver sets on the market. You can get sets that are cheaper, that are also of lower quality. I like these a lot. I don't see the same kind of breakage on these that I see in other brands. And a lot of brands, guys will snap off the shaft. These don't tend to break there. It's normal to see tips break on a screwdriver, and these are no exception to that. But I don't warranty out many of these at all. I don't know why. They're just a good, durable set. They have the hex bolster on them, so you can put a wrench on that and turn it with extra torque. They got what they call the speed zone here, so you can grab that and spin it faster. And they're slip resistant because they have a black oxide tip, and the handles are oil and solvent resistant. What more could you ask for in a set of screwdrivers? And I think that's on sale for like $100 or something like that. Yeah. So, I mean, for the price, for 20 pieces, average $5 a piece, why not? That very quickly became our go-to on the truck. We were keeping other brands, but I think for the money, what you get there is compelling, and it's why we put these on the truck all the time. More from K-Tool. Now that it's hot weather, you're going to need fans like that blower. This is an 18-inch pedestal fan. This one, I think, is an oscillating fan. And it's small enough that you can keep it in your bay next to you and have it blow you. There, just when you thought all the jokes are over. More screwdriver sets. What else we got in here? All right, we've got some stuff from Fluke. This is the Master Accessory set that's got alligator clips, hook clips, pincer clips, large jaw alligator clips, test probes, right angle to straight leads, and a storage pouch. We had a customer whose ceiling in the shop fell in and ruined all the technician stuff. Toolboxes, tools, everything was wrecked. It happened during a once-in-a-lifetime winter event that we had here in Central Texas this past February. And very few people escaped this one unscathed between power loss and water loss and plumbing loss and damage to structures. It was significant. And these poor fellows had a whole host of problems on their hands after the ceiling came in on the shop, ruined a bunch of stuff. Luckily, the owner is a super nice guy, and he settled his insurance claim with the insurance company, and everybody got paid to replenish their toolboxes and tool supplies. And luckily, and very gratefully, we are one vendor that was in the mix, so we helping the guy get back on his feet with all the Fluke stuff that he lost. Another guy bought a new toolbox, and he got the Icon one from Harbor Freight. And not to derail this particular video, but it was the second one that I've seen someone own, and I had a chance to go over it. I would love to do a review on these things because it's really hard to beat the value in an Icon toolbox. Their quality is fantastic, and I know I'm gonna ruffle some feathers when I say this, but I will say it because I'm making a bold statement, and that is the quality on the Icon toolboxes rivals. I'm not going to say it's as good or better than. I'm going to say it's arguable that it rivals a Snap-on Epic Series box. Whoa! 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 Strong statement, Lindsay. I know. Anyone who owns an Icon box, tell me I'm wrong. All you Snap-on fanboys will, I know. But I have a lot of respect for Snap-on products. I think they make the most beautiful toolboxes on the planet, but I think they charge way more than they're worth. And this Icon toolbox, the guy got a setup with a big bottom box, a hutch, stainless top, and 2 side cabinets for, I think he said like $8,000 or $7,000 or something like that. A ridiculous price for what would cost you $30,000 at least on a Snap-on truck. So there's values to be had for sure out there. I recommend everybody check out Harbor Freight's boxes. If you're new to the industry and you're looking to get into tool storage for the first time, absolutely check out the Harbor Freight US General line. If you've been in the field a long time and you're committed to it for your career and you want to upgrade your box, absolutely look at the Icons. They're fantastic. I had a chance to pour over one when the first customer I know who owns them bought one, and I was really impressed. I couldn't find any flaws with it at all. And I think it's at least 6 or 8 months in. He's still happy with it. I see him every week, and I'm just eager to know what his impressions are still with the box. He still loves it. It's still working great. He hasn't had any problems with it, and they're smart design, and the price is right. So, anyway, not to get off track here, but if you're looking for a toolbox and you're willing to spend a few thousand, look at the Icon line. All right, so we got this. We also delivered previously some meters and other things. This is the last of a back order that's coming in for the Fluke stuff. We got this little palm ratchet from Gearwrench. These are those cool little what they call a gimbal ratchet. They're handy. A lot of guys like these. Some guys don't understand why they exist, but other guys love them. So we'll put them on the truck. Little adapter from K-Tool. We're going more into K-Tool. I find that for certain things, the value is there. I like their pricing. Most of their hand tools all have lifetime warranties. And I don't know who makes these, but K-Tool is just a private label brand, so they don't, so some reputable company makes these. And they're good. Very good stuff. Never had a problem with K-Tool stuff. We're getting some replacement bits for a guy. It's an Irwin bit. We got some replacement wrenches, sockets from Sunex, wrenches from Gearwrench. It's an 18 mil. More Davco filter wrenches. This one is the 5-inch. This one's slightly smaller than the one I showed you earlier, because there's a couple of different sizes. The 6 is the most popular, so that's one we carry all the time. If someone wants the 5, we can get them pretty quick. Looks like somebody's getting a bearing race punch. Mayhew is our preferred vendor for punches. Punches, chisels, picks, O-ring picks, pry bars. What else do we get from Mayhew? Mayhew makes a lot of great stuff. And a lot of this stuff is made in USA, which I really like. Some stuff, like their picks, are made in Taiwan. But as far as the pricing goes, they're a little more expensive, but man, the quality is worth it. You're buying something for your money when you buy Mayhew. And their warranty process is simple as can be. So we're big fans. I get a lot of their stuff. They make a really good set of heavy-duty screwdrivers with striker caps on them because they know that you're going to use it as a pry bar and a chisel and everything else. So they make them pretty beefy, and they replace them under warranty if they break. So I'm a big fan of their stuff for a lot of reasons. Well, little sockets and individual sockets, Roman pickup magnet. More from our friends at K-Tool. They've got a really inexpensive 3-piece set of socket trays. These are just a plastic spindle style. They got the standard set and the metric set. These are on sale for like $24. So normally we would carry the Hansen ones, but they're about $40 for a set of 3. The K-Tool ones are just as good. For all I know, Hansen makes them. I don't know who actually does, but these might be the identical ones to Hansen. But if we can get them for $24, let's do that. And we'll put the same ones on the truck for less money. I'm all about doing that. Titan's got the non-aerosol spot sprayer. This is identical to the Sure Shots. I don't know who makes it, but you can even swap out parts from the Sure Shot with this one. So they make a rebuild kit for it. They make a cap for it that has these ears on it. Buy the Titan one, you'll save yourself about $20. It's a big old tire pressure gauge from Milton. I like Milton for all of our air fittings and chucks and things like that. Amflow is another brand that we go to for their stuff. So between the two, we got all air chucks and gauges and fittings and stuff like that from them. We settled on Astro for our blowguns because at the price, they're just as good as everyone else's. I've never seen the difference between this one for $18 and the $40 one on the Mack truck. So we go with Astro. Hang on, I don't want to get these screwed up. If I do that, I'm going to be a sad, sad person. Give me 1 sec to make sure I don't put things in the box for one truck in the other truck. All right. Who doesn't love Cobra pliers from Knipex? It's pronounced Knipex. I know the Germans pronounce it that way. But I'll say this. I saw a video with a Knipex employee in the UK, and he didn't pronounce the K. We speak American because we're in America. Knipex. The great thing about the Cobra pliers is they have a fine tooth adjustment there. Push a little button, slide the jaws, and then you can adjust them on the fly, and they grab really well on your workpiece because the jaw design is pretty aggressive. Long handles for extra leverage, and this is the 3-piece set that has the 7, 10, and 12-inch sizes. We sell them as a kit. I also enjoy buying the kit like this and then breaking the kit up and selling them individually. It's usually more agreeable to people because Knipex expensive. And is it worth it? Yep, it really is. Their stuff is second to none. Their quality is outstanding. Their stuff lasts forever. They got lifetime warranties on it if you ever have any problems. And ask anybody who's a Knipex fan if it's worth the money, and everyone will tell you, yes, it is, but you're paying for it. If you're just starting off, avoid Knipex. I would go with any of the house brands, like Gearwrench is a fine brand that guys like us sell. Even K-Tool's lineup of pliers and things are very good. If you don't get an independent guy and you're on a Mack truck, a company called JS Products makes Max pliers, perfectly serviceable pliers. Things like that. Just watch the amount of money you're spending on stuff like this because they're not going to be the last set of pliers you own. They're the first set of pliers you're going to own, and you're going to be upgrading as you go. Just be careful. Don't get expenses out of control with the top of the line brands right off the bat if you're new. Power Probes solder kit. This is the butane kit that has the soldering iron, a bunch of tips, solder, and a few other accessories in it. And that's the de facto in soldering guns. Looks like I got a replacement mountain double-ended universal spline wrench. This is a 12 and 14 millimeter. Restocking on our Onyx quick lock die grinders from Astro. They have a little red button on the back that you push, and that locks the collet, so you only need one wrench instead of two to loosen and tighten the collet on this. The one thing they don't tout on these, and they probably should because it's a great selling point, is the reason those are so great is, yeah, the quick lock's a nice feature, but it's not why everyone buys them. Everyone buys them because they're low vibration, and the composite body is it's nice. It doesn't get cold, so you can use these things all day long because the motor is large enough and strong enough to take that kind of use, and you don't get hand fatigue. We sold a bunch of these things to fabricators that work in custom shops, and they buy it like crazy, and they're always very happy that they did. So I get really good feedback on those. Gearwrench has this two-piece ratchet set. What's the big deal about the two-piece ratchet set, you're asking? Well, I'm glad you asked. These are the 3/8 drive two-piece set. Yes, even that little guy, 3/8 drive. And they have the compact head. These are 20% narrower for better access than regular 3/8 drive ratchets. This is an extremely popular set. I think we're selling for like $60, so even the price is pretty agreeable for tool truck prices. Just a hose cutter from OTC. That's the one with a little razor blade in it. A couple of backing pads from K-Tool. And again, we're going with K-Tool on these because they're putting a lifetime warranty on them. So why not? Not every company does. The old 1 5/16 half-inch drive socket. This one's from Sunex. It's either this or the 33 millimeter because 33 millimeter is the metric equivalent to 1 5/16. And if you work on trucks and work on the wheels, you're going to need that socket. So we always keep those in the truck. Looks like we got a couple of ratchet repair kits back in. A couple of miscellaneous sockets and things. These are all restock items from Gearwrench. Oh, this is the little 4-inch Cobra pliers from Knipex. These are so cute. Oh, I can't see in the package. Hold on. I know you want to see something adorable. After you see this, you're probably going to watch cat videos or something. These little guys are really good sellers. Are they cheap? No, they're not cheap because they're from Knipex. But they're really good, and they're so handy. You stick them in your pocket. You can carry them around all day long. Grab it on all kinds of things. Do a little, titty twist around your pals in your shop with them. Whatever you want to do. I don't know. It's entirely up to you. Don't do that because I said to. I'm just saying I've seen it. That would hurt, like, a lot. Now that I look at it and consider it more, forget that I said that and don't do it. But there's all kinds of things you can grab. You can pluck nose hairs with them, and other things. Anyway, very what you use these for is entirely up to you. I'm not going to judge you. Outwardly, I'm not going to judge you. I'll judge you inside. They came out with these guys a little less than a year ago, I think, and they've been a very good seller. So we're constantly restocking this one. Little 4-inch tiny little guys from Knipex. Sunex has a really good inexpensive set of stubby wrenches. They have these in standard and metric. The metric sizes go from 10 to 19. And the standard size goes up to 1 inch. Not many brands make a stubby wrench that go to 1 inch. And these guys do. I mean, there's not a lot to brag about when it comes to features. It's a stubby set of wrenches. But for the price, they're really good. On the truck, they're like $60, so they're very popular. Coast has really nice headlights. They're our go-to for lighting, along with Maxion. When it comes to flashlights and headlamps, we like Coast. I like Streamlight for some other things. They have some small specialty type lights that are popular. And Maxion is our go-to for those hockey puck style magnet swivel base lights. You saw them on the Snap-on truck years ago when Maxion was manufacturing those for Snap-on. But then Snap-on changed their contract and they're getting them made by somebody else now. But for a long time, that was a Snap-on light. And more K-Tool stuff. This is an arbor for a cutoff wheel. You stick that in the collet, and then you unscrew that, and you put your cutoff wheel in between them and screw that back on and sandwich them in there. Mechanics Time Saver has a lot of tool storage products. And these are the very popular magnetic socket rails. This is the 1/2-inch version. Magnet strip on the back here, the whole length of it. And these twist lock half-drive clips, so you can slide up and down the rail, so you can space them out properly for the size sockets that you're putting on there. Just a good de facto storage solution for your sockets. They've got a bunch of different storage solutions for sockets. These are just the regular ones that we carry. And I'm having a disaster here. All right, knocking stuff all over the place. Let's go over here. More of those OTC pinch-off pliers, brake caliper brush from Lisle. These are really handy. These are the bolt biter extractor sockets from Gearwrench. We like these over the Irwin ones because they're about half the price for the same size set, and the flutes in here are straight. They're not twisted. So it's entirely conceivable that if you have to reuse a bolt or a screw that you extracted, then because if it's rounded off, you're not going to be able to get it back on. But you can with these. You can extract it and put them back on. I've had to do that once myself with a specialty screw for the fuel pump in one of my trucks. And thank God I had some, because it's a soft aluminum screw that somebody had stripped out who worked on it prior to me, and I was stuck because I didn't have a spare screw. So using one of these, I put the screw back in and was ready to go. 2-piece 3 amp hour 12 volt battery set from Milwaukee. Just a long bit. Looks like we got a 1/2-inch Milwaukee impact back from repair. Oh, this was a missed opportunity. I should have done a video on this. And I blanked on it because I just don't think along these lines sometimes. So a guy comes up to me and he has these 5 wrenches. There's 4 of them here. He had 5 Gearwrench wrenches. And he said, they're no good. He says, can you warranty them out for me? I said, yeah, sure. So I took a look at them, and what the problem was there's this buildup of corrosion on the box end. So I decided, well, I'm going to put some knowledge I have to use. I watch a lot of restoration videos, and there's tips and tricks to pick up all the time. One of them is if you want to free up rusted parts, or you want to remove rust, soak it in white vinegar. So I put white vinegar in a tray, laid the wrenches in there for a day, and the next day, 2 of them had freed up all on their own, and the other 3 wouldn't. So then I blasted them with a little penetrating oil, let them sit for another day, and 2 more of them freed up. Actually, all of them freed up, but one of them is legitimately broken, but the other 2 worked fine. So I'm going to give the guy back 4 of them, and I'm getting the other one replaced under warranty. I can't just turn in a rusty tool and expect to get compensated for it and have a credit issued to me for the broken tool, because everyone's warranties in this business cover manufacturer defect. They don't cover corrosion, misuse, abuse, or neglect. These were clearly neglected, but I thought it'd be a cool opportunity just to put some, restoration techniques in play, and sure enough, 4 of them worked just fine. One of them I'm getting replaced, and I wish I did a video on it because it would have been cool just to see how that worked. If you've got rusty tools, try it. Because white vinegar removes rust. You can use a lot of specialty made commercial products for rust removal, but vinegar is so cheap. I think you buy like 87 gallons for 13 cents or something like that. No, my wife buys it. She knows what it costs. So I just poured some in a tray, laid the wrenches in it, walked away, came back the next day, boom, presto changeo. It was working. And then, for the ones that didn't, a little penetrating oil or WD-40 works. I actually had a guy come to me. He had a broken pair of Mac. I don't say broken. They were a frozen pair of Mac needle nose pliers. He said, I can't open them. And sure enough, these things would not open for love nor money using your bare hands. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take them home and I'll soak them in some WD-40 and see what happens. Well, I blasted that on there, let it sit for a day. The next day, these things are working like they just came off the factory floor. It took a while for all the rust to stop pouring out of the pivot joint in it. And when I brought them back to the guy, I said, I just freed them up for you. He says, well, how'd you do it? And I told him, he says, He says, I put PB Blaster on it, but that didn't work. So I don't know if he actually did. I don't know if PB Blaster is any good. I've never used it before. If you've had any experiences with PB Blaster or some other penetrating lubricant or something else that you use to free up rusted parts, say what that is. It'd be a cool discussion to have. Everyone has a go-to. Everyone has a favorite. I've seen some comparison videos that say one brand is better than the other, but honestly, for every one of those videos I see, I've talked to people who have a different experience in real life. So I don't know. I've had good luck using vinegar and WD-40. What's your go-to for freeing up rusted, corroded parts? Be fun to have a conversation on that. And on all the other things that we've seen here today. We've got a ton of stuff I threw at you. I hope you found it informative and a little entertaining. I do thank you for watching because your continued viewership is growing this channel, and I really do appreciate that. Now, in the future, we've got all kinds of interesting videos coming up. We've got more Tools in the Hall videos, of course. Stay on the lookout for our new flyer drop video for Q3 of 2021 and Toolbox and Toolcart reviews. So do me a favor. Click down here now to subscribe so that you don't miss any of it. And thank you so much for watching. And remember, use a tool. Don't be one.